early. The 17-1 Dallas Mavericks, off to one of the best starts in the 57-year history of the NBA, have come calling. The back-to-back-to-back world champion Lakers are having one of the worst starts in the history of the league for a defending champion. Good evening, everyone. Mike Tirico, Tom Tolbert, Sal Masekela joins us in a little bit. Concern. I asked Phil Jackson about an hour ago in the locker room, is it time to bring up the concern word? He said, yeah, a little bit. Don't you sense that around the Lakers here tonight?
Well, I think what you want to see if you're Phil Jackson is effort. You want to see a concerted effort by 5 guys out there, and you realize, hey, Shaq is going to be another month before I think he gets in premium shape, but you want to see 5 guys working hard on the court. That's what they haven't seen so far. They're looking like a team that feels like they can turn the switch whenever they want to.
And the Dallas Mavericks know they haven't won here 23 straight tries. They hope to change it tonight. The starting lineups look like this. Start with Dallas. We'll change. Raef LaFrentz comes back into the starting lineup. Bradley on the bench. And for the Lakers, the big guy in the middle.
Well, the key is how do you defend Shaq on the defensive end, and defensively for Shaq, can he be the force that he's been? Probably not until he works himself into shape.
How good has the backcourt been for Dallas? Nash and Finley together averaging almost 40 points. They go up against Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher, who's going to be challenged defensively tonight.
Oh, and the key for Fisher is to get back. Don't get sucked in trying to get offensive rebounds. Try to get back, stop penetration, because Nash looks like he plays out of control, but he doesn't. He always knows where he is, as well as his teammates.
Joey Crawford will be the crew chief, along with Ron Olesiak and Benny Adams here tonight. If you were watching with us earlier, all the focus on Shaq and Kobe. Bryant was out here 3+ hours before tip, working on his outside shot. 17-1 Dallas. Only 3 teams in the history of the league have gotten off to a better start, but they know they are 0 for their last 23 against the Lakers at the Forum and at the Staples Center. They hope to change that tonight. The Lakers start with the basketball. Bryant launched early by Griffin. Slava Medvedenko thought he might be out 6 weeks with a broken pinky, but he's in the starting lineup tonight. 8 to shoot as Fox drives in. Tried the wraparound for Shaq, and Raef LaFrentz, who came back off that knee injury and returned to the starting lineup, gets the first turnover.
And that's what you have to do with your Lakers. You have to get back on defense and find guys, because Dallas is one of the teams, one of the few in the NBA that will fire quick.
Off the Michael Finley miss, Lakers bring it back the other way. Shaq pinned LaFrentz down there, and the early foul, first on Raef. Here's Sal Masekela.
Hey guys, you know, Tuesday night against Toronto, the Raptors played Dallas very, very physical, to the point where Dirk Nowitzki ended up with a bursa sac injury to his elbow. I asked him about that physicality. He said, you know what? That's the only way that teams can play us, because that's the only way they can beat us. He said, no one is as skilled as us or as deep as us. We have to come out here and play physical every night. You know Shaq is going to play him physical. Be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, Nowitzki got banged around, Sal. Here comes this one's going the other way on the Lakers. His second violation. Nowitzki had the bursa sac injury to his elbow, had to leave during the third quarter, came back and was hot from the field the rest of the game, and picked it up in his last outing as he scored 26 in the victory against Portland.
Looks like one of those things Iron Sheik used to wear, doesn't it? Drop the elbow on you from the top rope, but I guess I would contend that Sacramento probably is as skilled and as deep as Dallas, but the only team.
Michael Finley. Sorry, how many times have you seen the Mavs, and that little elbow jumper by Finley gets them going?
And the one thing better than anybody in the league is that jump stop, where he's going out of control and all of a sudden he stops, plants, and he's got money.
Well, Medvedenko showing no ill effects, playing with a splint on that broken pinky. They thought it was a tendon injury and he was going to have to miss as much as 2 months, but was able to go through the shoot-around and is fine. And so is Steve Nash, who hits the 3 to put the Mavs back on top.
These guys are just so much fun to watch, because you never know when they're just going to let loose. They come down, if I have an open shot, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to wait and run the offense.
Big fella couldn't hang on. Nash on the push. Looks like he's out of control with the dribble, but he collects, and Nowitzki connects with a 3.
Well, like I said, he knows where his teammates are, and you think, oh, God, this guy's out of control. He's going to fire one off Jack Nicholson's nugget, and not only does he not do that, he hits Nowitzki right in perfect rhythm, and you get a 3.
You know, it's a big game. Nicholson's here, Spielberg's here. They show up early. Shaq,
look out.
Had LaFrentz, no problem. So O'Neal, who's hitting 48% from the field, which sounds good, except for Shaq, who career is well over 50%. Bryant called with a hand on the body of Adrian Griffin.
And with Shaq, the key's always been position. You got to fight him. You got to fight him. And front right there, you have to have help behind. Nowitzki there a little late, and you get a dunk. And a good decision not to jump at that point.
Fisher, that tough assignment of Nash. Got all the way around. Griffin didn't catch it. Griffin's offense must come early because he's on the bench after a few minutes usually. LaFrentz from the outside of 3. So the Mavs have hit 3 threes here in the first 2.5.
And you notice early on in the game what most of the Mavericks have in common. They can all penetrate. They can all handle the ball, and they can all find open players.
Dallas so good from behind the arc. They are 3rd in the league, shooting nearly 40%. They feed O'Neal. It'll be interesting to see as the night goes on defensively what they do. LaFrentz beats Shaq down the other end, and that's part of the problem if O'Neal gets position underneath.
Yep, and that's one thing that, you know, if you're going to give up, you know you're giving up 80-odd pounds on offense, you run him on defense. Make him run defensively,
Team notes, too. Steven Spielberg sitting a couple of seats down from us here, courtside at the Staples Center. They're all here to see the 17-1 Mavs and maybe let the Lakers know that it's time to get down to business as well. After the timeout, go back to O'Neal to start the triangle. Fisher penetrates, and LaFrentz came over for the block. Medvedenko kept it alive, 5 to shoot. Kobe sees it, strokes it. And the rebound by Nowitzki.
Well, that's a situation where they just weren't going to let Shaq get the ball. LaFrentz in front of him, Nowitzki behind him. That time they weren't going to allow the lob. Medvedenko's got to slash up towards the middle and see if he can avail himself to Kobe Bryant.
Griffin left free, and the Mavs are 4 for 4 from behind the arc in the first 4 minutes. They lead by 10 already.
That'll open up a defense. I mean, that's going to open up driving lanes later on in the game just by hitting those early threes.
Nowitzki over for help. Too much the Shaq Daddy. O'Neal makes it an 8-point lead for Dallas. 3 inside hoops for O'Neal, 1 for Medvedenko. Nothing from the outside guys. That time Slava got the 7-footer Nowitzki on the...
Reminds me a lot of the Golden State teams that I played on. Run TMC, Timmy, Mitch, Chris, even guys like Rod Higgins and Terry Teagle. All these guys are the same type of players, a little bigger than we were at Golden State. And he says, you know, Tom, I love playing this style of basketball. It's a lot of fun to have skilled players on the court, put them in position to do their thing.
Nowitzki, the 85% shooter, missed them both. Nash came down to help, and Shaq was fouled. So it's a very steady diet of Shaquille O'Neal, who has had more success against the Dallas Mavericks, no matter who've been wearing whatever type of Maverick uniforms they had, than any other team that he's played over his NBA career.
Well, they just don't have anybody that can match up. Well, no, what am I saying? Nobody has anybody that can match up with that guy. And you see right there, it's all about positioning with him. If he catches the ball in the paint, forget about it. It's all over. You might as well save yourself from being on a poster in some 8-year-old's room next year. Just get out of the way.
You see the numbers for the Lakers came back with a vengeance, those 2 early wins, but only a couple of wins over Memphis, 1 in overtime in the last 6 since the O'Neal return.
Well, they're at their best when Shaq's in good shape and he can play defense like a demon. He can block shots, he can always score no matter how big he is. But when he's dominant defensively, that's when the Lakers are at their best.
Nash tried to hit LaFrentz cutting, came out to Finley. First 3-point miss of the night for Dallas. There's Rick Fox being looked to for leadership and production. This little trial time for LA. Backdoor cut by Bryant, but he could not catch and convert. So Kobe's not in the flow here in the early going. Off the scoreboard, first 5 minutes. LaFrentz wasn't ready for the Nash dish. Medvedenko double dribble. 5 Laker turnovers in the first 5 minutes.
You gotta like Steve Nash too. I mean, he passes it to Rafe LaFrentz, hit him right in the hands. How many times would you see a point guard shaking his head? Like, you gotta catch that. Nash just went up to Rafe LaFrentz and said, my bad. That was a bad pass. We were too close. I fired it too hard. He's maturing into a leader, and a lot of people thought he was going to be real good early on in his career. It's taken a little while, but he's fulfilled all those prophecies.
There is Nash at his vintage.
There is your big one. You can't, I mean, that's 28 turnovers per game to keep going at 7 a clip, and you can't give a team like Dallas more opportunities to score. Another thing that's kind of interesting, and I don't know if you can figure this out or not, but Lakers shot 6 for 11 for 54% from the line in the first quarter. Dallas's defense against the free throw this year has been fantastic. 68%. They're only allowing opponents to shoot. Now, I don't know why or where. All I know is that's pretty good.
I saw that and I refused to write it down.
I didn't write it down. I just remembered it.
No stupider stat than opponent's free throw percentage.
Why bother?
I shouldn't say that. Kobe back in the game with 2 fouls. Almost knocked it off Nash. Steve got it back. 6 to shoot. Got in the lane over Bryant. And the rebound comes down to Kareem Rush, who's in the game with Tracy Murray. A very small lineup. Devin George also in the game for the Lakers. So Bryant, Rush, Murray in there for LA. With Horry and George up front.
I wouldn't be surprised they try to get Kobe. Kobe's got Nash on him right now. Of course, Dow switches everything, and now Walt Williams on him.
2 to shoot. Bryant has not had a good open look tonight, but creates right there for his first field goal.
Yeah, a little floor burn, get over to Nick Van Exel. Easy deuce. That's the way to get on the
Championship.
swing.
Wayne's World?
Wayne's World, absolutely.
And Diane Cannon also. To stay through, Kevin and Timmy will have all the highlights from a busy night around the league coming up at halftime. Walt Williams on the take. Van Exel open. Got a better look for 2. Kobe got the rebound. So Bryant can't get it going from the field. He's picked up 3 rebounds so far. Ball rotation. And the feed for Shaq. Offensive. 3 on O'Neal.
Well, what do you think is going to happen when those 2 guys meet? I have a feeling it's going to be Bradley meeting the floor is what it's going to be. It's got to be 80, 90 pounds, I would think, difference between those 2 guys.
According to the program, sir, it says 75 pounds.
I'm saying no. I'm saying no to 75 pounds. I used to work at a carnival. I can do these things.
Did you, or did you just say that?
No, I did. I didn't actually guess weight, but I worked at a carnival. And
what'd you do?
Just kind of, little stuff that we used to. Basically, it's like stealing. Okay, you'd have somebody to like pay $5 for a prize is worth like a dime.
You make you like shooting the water guns into the clown's mouth.
Exactly. Didn't feel very good about it either. Somebody had to do it though. Somebody had to make $3.30 an hour.
Off the Adrian Griffin miss. O'Neal now on the bench. Let's see what the Lakers do for offense. Another turnover for LA. 14 turnovers for the Lakers. I mean, this is embarrassing. Remember, Dallas has not won here in their last 23 trips to LA to play the Lakers.
The Lakers getting caught up in the Mavericks game right now. Coming down, jacking quick shots. This is the way the Mavericks want to play right there. Samaki Walker, horrible job of stepping up. That's an easy shot to take and a great look. And then right here, you got to find guys on the break. Murray just a little bit late, and Nowitzki says bottoms. And they just feel it, just feeding it off each other, too. And Shaq thinking to himself, oh, that pep talk I gave a couple days ago certainly didn't work.
The Dallas Mavericks lead by 25.
Well, this was 31-30.
Right.
Just 7 or 8 minutes ago.
Right.
You're talking 30-5.
Wow.
A 30-5 run.
There are blank faces on the Laker bench. Silence in the Staples Center as Griffin is called for the foul as he grabbed Kobe Bryant. I mean, listen to this place. Other than the smooth voice of the PA announcer, there is nothing going on here. Folks are in shock. First foul in the last 2 minutes. Even Jack. He's normally stoic and speechless during Laker games. Shaw dumped down to Walker. Nice look. And even that won't go for the 3-time champs.
Who's raining down?
Nowitzki, who will take the final shot for Dallas. It'll be Dirk. Scoop, score, and he'll shoot a free throw. Unbelievable.
Man alive. Well, someone's got to come help. I mean, you got Brian Shaw, got a Dirk Nowitzki. Go figure. He scored on him. Someone's got to get down there and help him out and make him pitch it back out. Brian Shaw can't guard Dirk Nowitzki down on the block.
Nowitzki adds the free throw. He has 16, and this half is over. Laker fans let you know what they think of their team's effort.
Passes to Mike Miller. Gives it back to McGrady. McGrady drives baseline. Beautiful underneath reverse layup. McGrady with a game-high 27 points. The Orlando Magic virtually unstoppable. The Magic would lead by as many as 23 in the second half. The Wiz would come back. Fourth quarter, Michael Jordan gets the ball to Jerry Stackhouse. Stackhouse working hard, drives around Miller. He's fouled, just throws it up and gets it to fall. He gets the 2 points. He gets the foul. Stackhouse with 23 points. The Wiz cut the lead to 5, but they would get no closer. Tyronn Lue with the lazy passes, stolen by Darrell Armstrong. Armstrong all alone in for the huge windmill jam. 2 of Armstrong's 8 points. Oh, yeah, that's going to put a big smile on his face, but not
I camp to the hole. Oh! Don't dunk it like that, Sean.
Losing a little weight. He had 15 points. He was 6 of 8 from the floor. Michael Jordan started out very, very slow in this game. At one point was 3 of 13 from the floor. Struggles for Michael. He was 7 of 21 on the night, had 16 points, and gets blocked from behind there by Grant Hill. How about Tracy McGrady? Never struggles. Never seems to struggle. Always rolling.
No, he's always rolling because he plays with his team and his team plays with him. I think that's what Michael Jordan has to do. He has to start trusting his team, and so he get them involved first. They start making shots, and then he can roll from there. Just like Tracy McGrady. He passed him the ball, and they move the ball around. They go to Tracy McGrady at the end of the ball game.
27 points for Tracy McGrady, a guy you talked about during NBA shoot-around, Mike Miller, 22 points and 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, the Raptors and Bulls, and all you need to know is that the Raptors have won 16 straight. Second longest active streak versus one opponent.
Second half, and Tom Tolbert, to look at the first half numbers, any way you slice it, the Lakers got it handed to them in the first 24.
Absolutely. The big one, 10 for 14 from behind the arc, and that's hard to defend. And it's not like this team needs more room to be able to drive and draw and kick because they do it so well. But you start hitting three-pointers, I mean, that just opens up everything, and you have no chance. Right now, Mavericks are proving why they're the best team in the league, and the Lakers are proving why they're struggling.
You think about those trips where we saw 5 consecutive three-pointers, 3 conventional or 4 conventional, or 4 from the outside of the arc, and 1 conventional at the end. You rarely see that. You rarely see a game that's a 1-point game with 9:45 left in the half become the largest halftime deficit the Lakers have faced all year, the largest deficit they've faced this entire season. Mavs start the second half with Nowitzki. Now pick up where he left off, and Shaq pulls down the rebound.
Well, if you're the Lakers, you just got a nice big slap in the face right there in the first half. And you don't even think about winning the basketball game right now. You think about winning the third quarter. You think about putting together a good 5-minute stretch and move along from there. But play hard and give yourself some hope.
Bryant now 1 of 5 shooting. Nash got the rebound and pushed it. Here's Adrian Griffin. A nice fake on Fox and the lefty layup. Makes it the largest deficit the Lakers have faced all season. Down 30.
If this were the first basketball game you'd ever watch and you try to tell somebody this is 3-time defending champions, they'd say, who died? Who's not playing this year that played the last couple years? Because this does not look like a team that's a 3-time defending champion.
Talking about chemistry and injuries, all the uncertainty at the 5 spot, the 4 spot through the injuries. Fisher beat the clock and hit a 3. The absence of the Lakers' ability to hit an outside shot has really been glaring at different points this year, but no more glaring than that stretch at the end of the first half. Sean Bradley starts this half for the Lakers on the screen and roll with Nash. Kobe gets the rebound. Fox has the top shut off. Bryant out top trying to get going, turns it over. Nash to the ground to get it. 3-on-2. But the Lakers got back. Nowitzki drives on Horry. Had his shot blocked by Kobe. He may be struggling on the offensive end, but the effort is not diminished.
Well, I think it's interesting, too, when you watch the Lakers. They are not getting out in the open court and trying to give themselves easy bucket opportunities. There's one by Fox right there, getting to the bucket, drawing the contact, and getting to the lines. But a lot of the shots the Mavericks are taking, yeah, I mean, 10 for 14 from three-point lands, 10 for 14. But a lot of those are wide open shots. And right here you can see Rick Fox not settling for the jump shot. Let's take it in there and force the issue a little bit and see if we can get to the free throw line and not settle for jump shots. That's the thing that I would imagine infuriates Phil Jackson a little bit. You keep shooting and you keep missing. Well, let's change up.
You saw Fox shaking that right hand. He's able to make the free throw to put the Lakers on a mini 6-0 spurt. Los Angeles looking to avoid the 7-14 start. They're already in third worst position of the prior 57 NBA champions. Griffin eases it in off the rim.
Sweet pass. That was just just to get baseline, hair's going everywhere, flick it with the left hand. Guy's wide open, 5-foot jump shot. I mean, that's a nice shot by Griffin, but Nash made that play.
6th assist on the night for Steve Nash. Mavericks defense. Foul on Bryant. Grab of the arm on the way by, and the Dallas defense forces it down.
And you figure you got in a good position right here. You got going baseline, Shaq's going to cut him off. Whoop. Think you got him? Do I have to pay Berman $5 for doing that?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Not after midnight on the East Coast. So both O'Neal and Bryant have picked up a couple of offensive fouls here this evening. Each have 3 personals. Nowitzki, tough shot. Orion is mugged defensively.
And I'm impressed with the Mavericks transition, not offense, but defense. They're getting back. That's one of the reasons the Lakers haven't been able to get any easy baskets, is the Mavericks are making a concerted effort to get 3 and 4 guys back.
Phil Jackson told me before the game, concerted effort. He repeated the phrase a couple of times. That's what he needed to see from his Lakers, and certainly this second half will test that desired appearance for the Lakers. It's going to be all about effort coming back from down 28 at the break. Ori open for 3.
And that's what I talk about a lot, is that three-pointer is much different than it is pass around the perimeter three-pointer. That's an aggressive three-pointer where you get somebody driving to the bucket, forcing the issue, and then you kick it out in rhythm.
Bradley has O'Neal away from the basket. Finley unable to connect.
And just the drive right here, the pump fake. Look at that. 4 guys around Kobe Bryant. That leaves a wide open Robert Horry, although Finley did give a nice effort to try to get back out there and recover.
Lakers scored just 12 points in the third quarter. In the second quarter, they already have 9 here in the third. Nowitzki comes over to block Bryant. What a frustrating night this has been for Kobe. Nash on the bounce to Griffin. He's fouled. Shaq has one more coming. O'Neal was pretty good from the line in the first half for him.
Did Nowitzki spritz his hair at halftime? Look at that. I think, because it was a little drier when he went at halftime. I think he spritzed it.
You could get Nowitzki and Nash on like The View or something like that, or Regis and Kelly for a makeover segment, and they would, you know, just the hair makeover would be outstanding. Get one of those foo-foo shishi guys who charges $400 to cut a half-inch of hair and use a curling iron. Nash misfired, rebound by Bryant. And it becomes a 5-hour process to cut. Did you ever notice that? Those big salons in New York or LA? Kobe on the take, couldn't finish. Again, Kobe Bryant stymied here tonight. 1 of 7 from the field, and Dirk knocks down a triple. 4 3-pointers for Nowitzki. The MVP of the World Basketball Championships in Indianapolis this past summer. He led the German team to a bronze medal. Dirk reached around and called for the foul. 3-on-2, Nash on the bounce. Lakers get back. Griffin will reset it. Mavs led by 28 at the break, and they lead by 27 as we approach the halfway point of quarter number 3. Nash missed a 3, and Fox comes down with the rebound. I think the Lakers are at 3-quarter speed. The Mavs are contributing to that. They're getting back so quick. It's a blue wave coming back, Tom.
Yep. They're pushing on the offensive end and then making sure you don't push on the defensive end. And right now, they just can't put anything in the hole.
Finley was left free on a defensive miscommunication, and O'Neal gets the rebound. Very quiet third quarter here for Shaq. Inspire them. Here's the big fella inside, and one. First shot this quarter for O'Neal. And he'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play after this timeout. Top scorers when you're talking about outstanding performances, McGrady, then Iverson, and Kobe Bryant, 27.8 per game. But tonight, just 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting from the field. To go with that, 5 turnovers as well, and in early foul trouble. Shaq 8 of 13 from the free throw line this evening. So O'Neal's free throw shooting's been fine. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'll repeat what I said in the first halftime. Shaq hasn't been the problem since he's come back from his injury. His production's there. Maybe he's not 100%, but he's not what's hurting the Lakers. It's everybody else. Finley in and out, Fisher the ball.
Well, no one can shoot. And it doesn't seem like Kobe is, for some reason, as aggressive as he should be.
Nice look there, and Raef LaFrentz, who got the start tonight for the Mavs, picked up the foul.
And I know you want to get it to the big guy. You don't want to forget about Shaquille O'Neal, but everybody else has got to figure out a way how they can be involved in the offense. You can't just stand and watch and say, this is our man. Let's get him the ball and stand around. You got to move, you got to cut, and you got to figure out a way to get yourself involved in the offense.
Shaq was the one who called everybody out on the Lakers. Said no excuses. Going to do this together. He lit a fire under this team and said, no, I need to touch it more. I need to see guys who want to be out there and working just as hard on the basketball court. And some people in LA, not with the Lakers, but observers of the Lakers, the media, some of the newspapers, raised the point as Van Exel shoots the three that O'Neal was the one who chose to get the multiple opinions and wait until September 11th for his toe surgery. Thus, his delaying that surgical process in the offseason may have put the Lakers behind this 8 ball, so it was not Shaq's duty to call his team out so early. Beautiful pass from Bryant to Fisher. Gets the Lakers within 21. It's neither here nor there what will shake down on that when all is said and done, but when you are a leader, as Bryant and O'Neal are, part of your job is to do it by performance, and when the performance is there, call out everybody else, and that's what Shaq did after the loss to Utah. Undefensible. Van Exel gets it back to 23.
Oh, the Yugoslavian judge gives him 9 1/2. That's a tough. Boy, if they had like degree of difficulties on shots, the Mavericks might have about 92 right now, let alone the 75 they already do have.
Bryant this time taking it. Fox discards Nash. A little acting by Steve and Rick, who is the actor of the group. Shaq for an easy 2. You can understand some impatience from the guys in the goal. Van Exel trying to lose Fox. Lost him. Got the 2.
Rick Fox needed LoJack to find Nick Van Exel. Like, where'd he go?
22 points in 21 minutes. Nick Van Exel, a starter most of his career, has not seen his production go down, even though his minutes have. Fox hits a 3. Keep doing a double take when you look at the bottom right of the screen.
Yeah.
22. That's why.
13 for 19.
That's 39 to 9 right there.
Yep.
On those
exactly.
shot clips.
How about 42?
Arizona education, very valuable. Tom helping the team GPA. Very nice. Mavs up 25. Ball after this timeout. Last touch by the Lakers. We'll visit with their owner, Mark Cuban. He's got to feel good about his team's chances.
The NBA, you know, there's so much spirit, so much excitement, and, you know, the Lakers are champs, and, you know, they're not going to give up without a huge fight, and good news is our guys are fighting back.
Your boys are really putting it on them right now. It looks like they're having fun. But the one thing it looks like is that they're fearless. Are they afraid at all of any team right now?
No, we're not afraid at all. But we know we're a work in progress. We haven't really accomplished anything yet. And we have great leadership in Mike and Steve, so they're going to keep on pushing to make us better.
Fantastic. Did you expect it to come to this or be like this in the third quarter?
You got a whole quarter to go, but I expect this now.
All right, man.
I'll take it.
You'll take it all day, won't you?
Exactly. How about them Mavericks, baby?
Thank you, Sal. A couple of misses here. Michael Finley, though, chases down the rebound, and That's the concerted effort that Phil Jackson was talking about seeing. 3 tries on this trip for Dallas. Three-second difference. Game and shot clock. Van Exel trying to take Fisher. He's taking everybody all night. The putback by Williams. So 4 different opportunities for Dallas. LA couldn't get its hand on the board as the quarter comes to a close. Bryant. Foul called, and that's it through 3. It was 28 at the break. It's 27. Off we go to the 4th quarter. And off the Mavs go to 18-1. A couple of weeks ago, one of our Wednesday night games that Brad and Bill did in Orlando. We're looking for the Bryant-McGrady head-to-head showdown, which was a good offensive production night on both sides. When you look at the Lakers and their win total, there's 7 wins. Nash missed, rebound by Shaw for LA. Remember that 2 of those wins came over Memphis, went over Chicago, the Clippers, Portland, all teams under 500 here. So the Lakers don't even have a good win yet this year.
No, it's amazing. And the Mavericks obviously have a whole bunch of good wins, and they're stomping people by 13 points on average. I mean, 13-point margin of victory. They're scoring over 100 points, 103 points. The defense giving up only 90 points. I mean, that's when you're laying it on people, and that's when you know you're a good team. They're not just squeaking by these teams. They're thumping these teams.
Comes Nash down the lane, the left-hand runner. Extends the lead out to 26. Steve Nash continuing his very solid night. 16 points, a couple of 3-pointers. He's also added 6 assists. Bryant gets field goal number 3 on the evening. The Dallas Mavericks tonight, from 2-point range, are shooting 37%. From 3-point range, they're shooting 67%.
Well, how about over the last couple games? I mean, you go back 7 quarters into the Portland game, 27 for 48, 56% from beyond the arc. Well, now 27 for 49. I don't really feel like figuring that out. Let's call it 54%.
Close enough. Shaq the catch. Finley grabbed him. In the act, 2 shots come. Pressured. Tries somehow to get a run, get back within a dozen points before we get halfway through this quarter. Nash lost Shaw, got to the cup.
Right.
Nobody, and you look, George and Shaw talking, miscommunication on the defensive end, and these are combinations that haven't been out there much this year.
Well, what happened is Raef LaFrentz, who can shoot the ball, sucked Shaq out to around the top of the key, and then you have nobody back there to defend the bucket. Yeah, that's what they're talking about right there, is who needs to rotate over and cover up for the shooter. I mean, they've been there, though. I mean, these guys should know by now. I don't care if Shaq's there or not. I mean, Devin's been there. Brian Shaw's a veteran. This is Shaq getting the easy layup. I mean, those are things you know.
Even though Kevin George is just his 4th game back, hasn't played a ton of minutes in the prior 3.
Oh, but I guess the point is, it's not like this is his 4th game ever playing basketball. I mean, he's been a part of these championship teams with Los Angeles. You just got to get your head on right, and you got to be into. If you're into the game, you don't make those type of mistakes.
Williams catch and shoot. The clock running down. Tracy Murray, the rebound. Need a spurt with a few stops. Kobe takes it, tries the acrobatic shot, and will shoot a couple of free throws. Foul on Raef LaFrentz. 4 on LaFrentz, 3 on the Mavs. Here in the for Russell retired, and the 98-99 Bulls. That was the year after Jordan stepped away. So you look at this perspective historically, and it is one of the toughest starts. And Mitch Kupchak is answering questions now all across the board. Do he and Phil Jackson need to find another piece to come in here and make a roster move? Do Bryant and Shaq need some help? Or is it just a matter of time? I think the next 8 games for LA are very important because it's 8 games to Christmas. And on Christmas night on ABC, the Lakers play Sacramento for the first time. Dallas is the best team thus far. Sacramento's the team on the radar in terms of the Lakers in this Pacific Division of the Western Conference. But if the Lakers are still struggling like this 8 games from now, Christmas is going to have some high anxiety for LA.
Well, the Kings may be on the radar, but there's certainly another blip.
Shaq, 17-point game. Lakers need to make defensive stops. O'Neal has 24, by the way, here tonight, including 10 of 17 from the line. Sean Bradley's going to come in next dead ball. The Lakers have had a lot of field goals in the paint this fourth quarter. Van Exel. All those shots that were going earlier are not now.
Well, they've tried to slow it down, and maybe rightfully so. You're up 20 points, you want to run a little bit of clock, but sometimes you can get out of sync, and you can't just flick it right back on.
Tracy Murray fouled shooting three, and couldn't get it to go. Gale. Off Van Exel, Laker ball. LA was down 30, and the Staples Center is full of fans who came to make some noise. They will if the Lakers get closer. Bryant on the dunk! Bradley lost it. Nash coming back in for Dallas.
Well, no longer are they standing around. It's getting the ball, getting to the hole, and being aggressive with the finish right there. It just blew by Michael Finley, and no one quick enough to get over there and help. And right now it's the Mavericks who are struggling for offense, throwing the ball away the last couple times, and the Lakers feeling extremely confident.
Many of the fans in the Staples Center on their feet. It's been a hot shooting quarter. George adds to it with a three. Timeout Dallas. And they're rocking the Staples Center after a 15-0 LA run. They have been standing and cheering most of the time out here at the Staples Center. The Lakers, a 21-point first half of the fourth quarter. And Mark Cuban and the Mavs over bunches of uniform designs, coaches, owners, players have seen every possible way of losing to the Lakers in LA. They've lost the last 23 trips out here to play the Lakers. Once leading by 30, it's now 10 with 6.5 to go. Nash back in the game. Got fouled.
Well, the Mavericks need to get back to doing what they were doing to get them that 27-point lead at the end of three. Push the ball up, open opportunities. Let's go ahead and take them. Sometimes with a huge lead, you say, well, let's run some shot clock, let's work some clock, not let them get back into it. And what you end up doing is getting yourself out of your rhythm.
Reset the shot to 14. Bryant has Nash defensively. Tracy Murray's been in for most of this stretch. Finley shoots over him. Rebound, Brian Shaw. Finley is 4 of 18 from the field. Lakers can make it 8 or 7 with a Murray three. Rebound, Van Exel.
Got caught up in the moment there. He was like, hey, this is exciting. Let's go ahead and jack one of these up there.
Nowitzki, size advantage.
Whoa.
Tried the rotation. Threw it away. Mark Madsen telling Rick Fox, get up, give me some off the bench. Madsen, who had a start with his high energy in the last few games for the Lakers, has not been off the bench tonight. Kobe taking Finley into the paint, turning on Finley. 8-point game.
Well, you would think someone's going to come over and help. At 5 dribbles in the paint, someone's going to come over there and force him to pass that ball out.
8 in the quarter for Bryant, 14 in the game. Bradley rolled to the goal. Kevin George got a piece, but also got a little bit of body as well.
Where you have to come over. 1, 2, 3. 3 dribbles in the paint. Someone's got to get over there and make him pass the ball out. Kobe's too good for that.
Bradley, he and his wife, parents of 5 children. His first son in the family, Sean Chance, was born about 6 weeks ago, 20.5 inches. But you can get a longer kid from Sean Bradley's male offspring. Congratulations to he and his wife. Proud parents of 5. The lead is 10 as we approach 5. Kobe, feeling it offensively, was fouled on the cut across by Nowitzki. Dirk is having trouble getting back on the floor.
Yeah, and you wonder why it takes the Lakers 3.5 quarters to get to this aggressive style of basketball. Because in the first half, it was pass it around the perimeter, shoot a jump shot, get back on defense, and they know how to play. I mean, everybody on this team's a veteran. They know how to do things. And in the fourth quarter, you're seeing a Laker team that's the aggressive Laker team that we've come to know.
Remember, I mentioned early team fouls were 3-0. That was the 5th team foul on the Mavs. The Lakers have only committed 2. Horry in for Murray. Tom was talking about how the Lakers have gotten better shots, 80% from the field here. Stark contrast to the first 36 minutes. Within 8. Kobe has 10 this quarter, 16 on the night.
And now it's the Mavericks. You know they're thinking, my goodness, we had a 30-point lead in this game. It's not, we have an 8-point lead with 5 minutes to go, which is great under normal circumstances.
Nowitzki goes to the goal, foul. Mavs average 82% tonight. They are over 90. Dallas led by 28 at the break. Had an unbelievable run to end the first half, 33-5, led by 30 here in the second half. But the Lakers have fought back, trying to feed O'Neal, and turned it over. Finley comes away with it for Dallas. Become more of a Laker half-court game as opposed to the free flow earlier. Dallas looking for its 3rd field goal of this fourth quarter. Nash will shoot it. Horry, the rebound.
Oh, I would hazard a guess that they've ran the shot clock under 10 seconds more in this quarter than they did the first 3.
Yep. Good call. Shaw feeds the big fella. Touch pass to Horry. Back out Kobe. Strokes 3. Within 7. At the 4-minute mark. That's why you never turn off a sporting event. Van Exel down the lane. Shaq turned him away. Nowitzki got Horry to fly by. Missed it. Rebound Bryant.
Shots are a little bit tougher right now.
Here's Bryant. Lost his man. Got to the cup. 5-point game. And the Mavericks defense is falling apart here in the fourth. The Lakers have scored 30 in this quarter. Half of them by Bryant. Unbelievable turnaround. Nash goes on the way. Missed it. Lakers could cut it to 3. Shaw, the veteran, says patience. Horry, who loves the big shot. The big fella on Bradley. Across the lane. Permanent foul!
Wow. Oh, my. Boy, just the change of flow. Everything's Dallas, and all of a sudden, 27-point lead. 27-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and the Lakers catch fire. Now it's the Mavericks who are thinking, how did we let this thing slip away?
Lane violation on Bradley. Shaq gets another one. A complete meltdown by the Mavericks. And Del Harris calls for time. It is a 26-4 run for the Lakers.
Well, you want to know how they got back into the basketball game? It was a little bit of everything. Starting on the defensive end, great pass right there by Shaq. Kick back out, Kobe Bryant, 3-pointer spotting up. And now everybody's on fire. It's like, hey, I can get a piece of this. Kobe going to the bucket, right by Shawn Bradley. He's been much more aggressive in the fourth quarter. And then Shaq, quick move, again around Shawn Bradley. If you're going to foul him, make sure to score. Right there, he gets a 2. And Mark Madsen, the Laker bench, everybody is
1990, when Magic was the king in purple and gold. But Rodney McRae and the Green You Need Mavs staged a big game. Orlando Blackman in overtime. Derek Harper and company beating the Lakers 112-97. It's the last time they won against the Lakers in LA. There's Blackman, one of the cadre of assistant coaches working with Don Nelson. It's been a long time, 13 years, or a dozen years, excuse me, since the Mavericks won at the Lakers. phenomenal difference here in this fourth quarter.
We look at the second and the fourth. I mean, the Mavericks smoked them in the second. Now the Lakers doing the same to them in the fourth quarter.
How can this Maverick team have an 8-point quarter? This after the Sean Bradley lane violation. O'Neal unable to cash in. It remains a 3-point game at the 3-minute mark.
Well, you get out of your game plan is what happens. I mean, you get out of the way, you play basketball, and you decide we're going to bleed the clock a little bit on them instead of taking shots when they're there.
Nowitzki trying to take Shaq. O'Neal won't let him around. He can't get around. And now O'Neal is called for the foul.
Well, you can't expect Shaq to get. I think Shaq did a great job in stopping the initial move. You're talking about Nowitzki 7 foot a lot quicker than Shaq. Shaq doing a good job, but you can't expect him to stop the initial move and then get all the way back over to the middle of the court and stop Nowitzki.
Next foul, and the Mavs are in the penalty. O'Neal has played 38 minutes tonight. He's put up 26 points to go with 11 rebounds. 5 to shoot. Nash has nothing going, and he's got Shaq. His eyes opened up. He saw the lane. Oh, got the 2. Big shot by the Canadian. The Mavs have just scored 3 field goals in this quarter, all by Nash. Bryant takes Finley around Nowitzki. Beautiful move by Kobe. Wow. What a quarter he's having, Tom. He has 17 of LA's 34 in the fourth. 3-point game approaching the 2-minute mark. Time the recovery by Shaw defensively. Nash tries to get there again over O'Neal and a foul. So the aggressive dribble penetration of Nash, the difference the last 2 games. Nash now has 22 points. The Mavs have made 22 of 24 from the stripe.
I think I might want to just get it back to Kobe unless you can get an entry pass directly into Shaq, get it to Kobe, and let him create off the dribble.
Van Exel's got him defensively. Bryant penetrates. Good call, Tommy. Unbelievable quarter for Bryant. Had just 2 at the break, 19 in this quarter, 25 for the game. SportsCenter follows us. Nash lost. Bryant got all the way in. Couldn't finish. Laker rebound. The Lakers can tie a game that they trailed by 30 on this trip. Shaw for the tie. Tie game at 100. Phenomenal comeback by LA. Timeout, Dallas. Lakers have made up a 25-point deficit in the last 8.5 minutes.
Well, you got to get the ball into Steve Nash's hand and look for a pick and roll right there, and he's going to try to create a mismatch.
Back to Nowitzki. They shut off the shot. Tough shot. Dirk couldn't make it. Horry fights for the rebound. He was fouled. Took the worst of it. Was fouled by Walt Williams with 1:18 to go.
What a tough shot by Nowitzki. I mean, that's one where guys right in your face, you're fading away. Tough to get it in.
Well, they took away the bread and butter, the screen and roll with Nowitzki and Nash. The Lakers have not led tonight. They trailed 66 to 36.
Now 1 for 5 from the free throw line. And you wonder what this does psychologically for either of these two teams. If Dallas ends up pulling out this game, that we can blow a lead and we can still have the mettle to win a game like this. Lakers, they've won the championship, so you're not so much concerned with them psychologically. But boy, if you're the Mavericks, you lose this game. I feel like you can never win here.
For the first time tonight, the Lakers lead. The team that drafted him, he knocks down a 3. Mavs on top by 2. Buck 4 to go. Timeout, LA.
They didn't think about it.
It's evaporated. Dallas back up 2. They can stop it once. The Lakers twice. Every foul's a free throw.
This is where you want to get the ball to Kobe right here and let him penetrate and find people. But if I'm Dallas, I'm doubling. I'm not letting him get to the bucket, and I'm probably going to try to come off a guy like Devin George and not let him get a shot up.
Against the zone. Shaw ties ties the game again at 103.
Or you give it to Shaw, who's made 2 in a row.
Ryan Shaw, the veteran, stepping up to hit big shots. Nash off the screen with LaFrentz. Missed it. Rafe crashed the glass. Jump ball is called.
Wow.
Jump ball, they
They
said.
had a foul underneath the bucket.
Ron Olesiak had the foul on the outside. Benny Adams had the jump ball, and he wins out. Nelly's crossed midcourt. He's down here in the offensive half looking for the call.
Well, Rafe LaFrentz with good position, getting to the ball. Let's see. That's a foul. You know, I know you got to be tough with the ball, but you go over someone's back to give yourself an advantage. That's a foul. And the underneath official had it a foul.
George and LaFrentz jump. Rafe got it. Fresh shot clock for the Mavs.
You got to get 2 for 1 here. Give yourself the last chance of winning the game.
Kobe climbs over the screen. Nash crosses him in the lane. Lost it. Shaq has it. 5-second difference. Game and shot clock. Lakers have 2 timeouts. Game is tied at 103.
The Brian Shaw guy you normally wouldn't be concerned about, but he's hit 2 in a row, so you better be cognizant of where that veteran is.
In Kobe's hands, 8 to go. Bryant's had an unbelievable quarter. He spins, he shoots. Lakers lead. Timeout Mavs. 8.4 to go.
Because the way this game's going and where the momentum's going, you don't want to go to overtime. Get the ball to Steve Nash, try to work off pick and roll, and maybe you catch Van Exel and Nowitzki behind the arc.
Dallas led by 30. Looking for 18 and 1. Saw O'Neal on the bench. Fox, Shaw, Bryant, George, and Ori, the 5 on the floor for LA. There you see all-time the largest halftime deficit overcome. The 79 Bulls were down 25. Lakers down 28 at the break. Trying to make NBA history here tonight. Nash drives on Bryant. Lost his footing. Finley from the outside. Missed the 3. Rebound. Lakers win. The Lakers with the greatest comeback from a halftime deficit in the history of the NBA. And all is well in the land of the champions. For the 24th straight time, the Mavericks lose a game at LA against the Lakers. No acting there. The Lakers 16 of 18 from the field in the 4th quarter. Kobe had 21 of his 27th, including the game winner. SportsCenter's next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com with Soundmaster Kayla and Tom Tolbert. On this historic night in LA, Mike Tirico. Good night from Staples. Now, here's SportsCenter.
This is the greatest comeback in NBA history. What did Coach tell you guys at the half to possibly motivate you to come back from such a deficit?
He told us don't really worry about the score. We knew that we had this type of ability to play like this. You know, we just haven't been able to, get up to it this year. I think this is a good lesson for us. Hopefully, we could play like we're supposed to play now, and it was a good win for us.
You said a lot of things this week to motivate this squad. A lot of talk was made out of it. This game was a big game. Do you feel like the motivation worked?
I said that everyone has to do their part. A general is only as good as his army is, and everybody just has to do their part. We've been here long enough, and guys know what they have to do. I just felt some of our guys were playing out of character, and that we just needed to step it up, and we stepped it up tonight.
Is this the turning point for you?
Hopefully it is. We just need to get back on track and try to get back to 500 so we can get back above 500.
Highlight.